have just seen in the last couple of hours is Manchester City going back to the top of the Premier League table for the first time since the 18th of October. 2 goals from that man, Erling Haaland. Job done for Manchester City. Work to do for Nuno and West Ham, who stay in the bottom 3. Sean Wright-Phillips, how impressed were you with your former side there? They weren't really out of sort of second, third gear for many parts of it, but top of the tree.
That's the most important thing about that game. I think they didn't really have to do much to be 3-0 up. I think West Ham made it very, very easy for them. But the chances they did make and create, they took. And after that, they was just kind of just killing the game. They was toying with West Ham in many ways because West Ham wasn't trying, they wasn't aggressive. They weren't really trying to break or cause them any problems. So City could have gone a few more gears up if needed to, but for West Ham, it's very worrying.
It could have been a lot worse for West Ham, bearing in mind, Al, that Erling Haaland gave them the lead, Manchester City, in the 5th minute.
Yeah, and he also missed 2 really big chances as well, despite getting his 2 goals. I mean, we talk about West Ham, the lack of pressure on the ball, the lack of urgency to try and make a tackle and stop Manchester City. Just wasn't there at all. He missed the first one. You give him another opportunity, he's not going to miss the second one. But as I said, look, there's just no pressure on the ball from West Ham, and you give players of the calibre of Foden and Haaland, etc., time and space to have shots at goal and then follow up like that, then you're going to get punished and you're not going to get anything out of the game. And that's what really happened the whole game. They didn't really have to break sweat Manchester City. They were really comfortable for the vast majority of that game.
Not just a goal pig, is he, Erling Haaland? Set up to Johnny Reinders for the second. He's got an assist in his locker, Shawnee.
He does that. He gets more assists than he gets credit for because all we do is see him score a lot of goals. But in this play, his vision and awareness of where he was and where other players were was fantastic for a striker, because he could have took the chance himself. He doesn't. It opens his body, and Tijani kind of does the rest. And again, we can say how well City did, but it's also how bad West Ham were at defending this, Alan.
Yeah, I mean, the tackle there there isn't a tackle. And that's the problem from Fernandes there. It's just a dangling of a leg, and they work it really well, Man City. They get into a really good position, and it's a clever finish in the end. But again, you'd have to say from a manager point of view, at West Ham, it's not good enough.
And if it wasn't game over, in the 38th minute when that second goal came, it certainly was in the second half when Haaland made it 3.
Yeah, I mean, this sort of summed West Ham's performance up, didn't it? Where, again, City get into a dangerous position, but Max Kilman gets stuck through his legs, and then the defending from Todibo and Kyle Walker-Peters is comical, really. They're both getting each other's way. And he's left with the easy opportunity of getting his second goal. You just can't make mistakes like that at any level, let alone against one of the best players in the world, one of the best finishers in the world, because he will punish you, and that's what happened.
And he has 19 Premier League goals. It's not even Christmas, which is crazy, isn't
Brilliant.
it, from Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
And there we go, job done for Manchester City, top of the table for now, only by a point. Of course, Arsenal playing later on this evening. Let's start our roundup elsewhere, away from the Etihad, at Molineux, where Wolves were beaten by 2-0. Sean Wright-Phillips, who saw Keane Lewis-Potter with a double act in this one?
I don't think he saw himself having a double act, but the finish was brilliant. But bad defending, but to see the ball bounce over the way it did, and his technique to keep that low and put that in the bottom corner on the volley was really nice.
Really disappointing. I think if you're a Wolves fan, particularly after last weekend, and they made it really difficult for Arsenal, you're thinking, okay, they might be a little bit make it a little bit more difficult than it could have been and should have been, really. But comfortable win for Brentford in the end. I know Wolves missed a penalty, which we'll see in a minute, but 2 really good goals from Lewis-Potter and 3 big points for Brentford.
And this is the penalty being awarded, no question about the awarding of it. What about the taking of it, Alan? Because you were watching it and you had a few questions.
You could just see, couldn't you? There's just a lack of confidence right throughout the team at the moment. That sort of summed him up. The little stutter before the penalty, and it didn't fool the goalkeeper. He went the right way and kept his clean sheet.
And that's 10 straight Premier League defeats for that man. Well, not all for him, of course, but for Wolves. 14 points from safety. Wolverhampton Wanderers. Bournemouth against Burnley. This one finished 1-1. Antoine Semenyo scoring in back-to-back games, Shawnee.
Yeah, he seems like he's got his scoring boots on. I don't know what happens there, but Lauren slips. But the finish after that is just calm, composed. He knew exactly what he was trying to do and executed it perfectly.
I wonder where he will be, of course, with that release clause. And Armando Broja scoring his first goal, Alan, since October 23 in the Premier League.
Not a bad one to get as well. Good ball in. and he really guides it really well into the corner. It's a great finish, exactly what Burnley needed.
No goals to show you between Brighton and Sunderland. 0-0 it finished, but a contentious yellow card. Should it have been more than a yellow? Should we ask a Newcastle fan when it's a Sunderland player? Sean, what do you think of this one?
I was going to say don't ask Alan first.
Is that the right decision?
No, after seeing it again, it's really high. Like, for me, that's closer to a red. I think that's a red card, to be honest with you.
I think he's fortunate to get away with that.
Yeah, I knew he would say that.
The way you lose control of the ball and then you lunge in, he's fortunate it's not a red card.
Really enjoyed this afternoon with you two. Merry Christmas to
And
both
you.
of you. Cheers, Al. Cheers, Sean. Lots more to come here on Premier League Live. Next stop, Spurs against Liverpool. And will Arsenal, I wonder, will they be top of the tree? Seema is with Michael Owen and Ian Wright, who's got his Arsenal socks on. Seema.
He certainly has, Will. Thank you very much. And indeed, the festive fixtures keep on rolling. I'm joined by a couple of crackers this evening, Ian Wright and Michael Owen.